Hello, thank you all for joining the video. As you can see by the title, this is the mini photo basketball video. Right now what I'm doing is just uploading the panel. I'm going to find a photo that I want to use for the background. And here I will be using a Galaxy background, which I downloaded from Google. Google has a lot of different backgrounds you're able to use. So you'll see me just upload the image here. I'm also going to resize the image that I uploaded so that I can slice the basketball panel. You'll see me doing that here. Then you'll just select all. For those that's not familiar with Cricut, you'll select all, then you'll click slice. Okay, and you're going to get rid of that. You no longer need it. Now the black one, we're just going to go over to the side panel to your right and click on that eye, and it'll take it off the screen. Now you're left with just the panel that you're going to use. And what I was doing was just showing you all exactly how to do it, and also the measurements for the mini basketball, not the regulation size ball, but the mini basketball. The measurements are 2.2 width and 8.5 in height or length. So yeah, those are the measurements, 2.2 by 8.5. Okay, and actually the panels that I am going to use, I already have them over to the side. So what I'm going to do is just remove this one from the screen and upload the two completed ones that I have. In the meantime, you all like, comment, and subscribe. And what you'll see me doing now is just removing that one and uploading the ones that I already had beforehand. And I'm just going to remove this one from the screen. As I said before, I was just showing you all how to put a background on your panel. Again, I'm going to select all and flatten. The purpose of flattening is so that your image will print as one and your Cricut will not try and cut those letters out of your image. What I'm doing here, click make it. Now we're going to get ready and send it to the printer. I do not turn on mirror. You don't have to mirror when there's dark transfer. So don't turn on the mirror, because if you do, it's going to print it backwards, and then that's the only way you can lay it is backwards because it's dark transfer. So again, we're going to send it to printer. And also, as this is preparing to print, I will tell you that I always turn my bleed off. That's something that you don't have to do. It's just a preference of mine. So if you feel better leaving your bleed on, by all means, leave your bleed on. There's no right way or wrong way. Your way is your way. Again, please comment, like, and subscribe. There'll be more videos coming, and this is the first video I've done. As you can see, I was recording it with my phone, you all, so please excuse all the shakiness, the blurriness, and whatever else you all may see going on that I don't see going on. So, but yeah, thank you for taking the time to view the video. I'm just waiting on my printer, and that printer there is just a regular inkjet standard size printer from Walmart. Nothing fancy. I didn't put any special settings on it before printing it or anything. It's just the way it is. It's just printing regular. As you can see here, the images are already printed, and I have loaded them to my cutting mat. And I'm going to load it into the Cricut. Again, I have the Cricut set on. I have the Cricut set on paper, and with the default cutting, there's nothing, special about it. I didn't put the pressure on less or more or anything. It's just on regular cut. on paper setting. And what you're witnessing now, if you all are not familiar with the Cricut cutting machine, it's actually trying to find the cut lines. It's like measuring the perimeter, so it'll know what to cut, what not to cut, and how to cut it. It's a pretty cool feature that it has. So right now it's done checking and it's gonna begin cutting. Okay, and this little iron right here that I'm actually gonna use to print to iron the transfer onto the ball. Purchased from Dollar General probably about 5 years ago, and it's still going, and it gets the job done, especially for the really small ones. Okay, and I also purchased this Reynolds pop-up parchment paper from Walmart. I like it better than the roll. Won't have to worry about it. I mean, it's a little more pricier than the roll, but I like it a lot better. And what you'll see me here doing now is just peeling the actual panel from the transfer paper, and it's that simple. That's all you do is peel it off. Now I'm going to begin to align the printout panel to the ball. Again, that is the mini basketball from Five Below. I want to say it costs around $4 or something. But I like to start with the square end of the on the using the square end. To me, it's a lot easier to line it up from the square end down to the oval end. That's just the end I like to use. So I'm just showing you all that, those measurements do fit. And again, those measurements are 2.2 by 8.5. Now I've covered it with the parchment paper just to show you all, it's no particular way. It doesn't have to be extremely smooth. Just wrap it on there where it holds your transfer paper in place. You're going to see me rearranging it here, trying to make sure I get it as even as possible, which is really not such a big deal. I mean, it is, but, it can always be corrected. That's where you learn from your mistakes. Okay, and I've got it snugged on there. The next thing you're going to see me do here is take the little iron, and we're going to start ironing at the tip. And the reason we start there is to just get it something ironed down or pressed down where it holds the transfer in place, so that you can continue to adjust it and manipulate it and just stretch it any way you need it to be stretched. So I'm probably not going to say anything for the next couple of minutes or so. If I see something here that I need to mention, then I will. But other than that, you'll just keep going, just keep manipulating it. Do not give up, you guys. Do not give up. I started with a mini ball because I wanted to get the hang of it before I started purchasing bigger balls or even taking orders for them. So I decided to take my trials and my errors and share it with you all, and just make it a learning process for all of us. And that's what we're all here for, and that's why we make DIY videos and how-tos to help one another. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, you'll just continue to press until you got the whole transfer down. Again, you all, that little iron is very handy. I want to say it cost around $5 or $6 maybe. I mean, it wasn't expensive at all. I'm sorry if you guys hear my children in the background. I don't think they knew I was recording, so. Okay, as you can see, we're moving along. We're getting it done. I'm trying not to talk you guys' ears off, but I want this video to be as informative as possible. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's more to come. This is only the beginning. And what I'm doing here is just making sure that it's smooth all the way out. And you will see a little imperfections on here, and I will tell you all how to fix those. But for the most of it, it's all smooth and attached to the ball. What I'm doing now is just still rubbing it while it's a little warm to help it adhere more. And I am touching the transfer without any barrier between the heats and the transfer, but that little iron doesn't really get hot. It gets hot enough to attach it, but it's not hot enough to melt the transfer or anything. Okay, and as you all see those little wrinkles right there, that's what I was telling you about, those little creases. But if you just lift that up and pull it and apply heat there, again, it will straighten it out for the most part. Okay, I've moved out into the garage because I'm going to be using this triple thick crystal clear glaze to coat this ball with, and it's actually a sealant to just help seal the actual transfer to the ball. And also it you know, if the ball was to get wet or anything, the ink wouldn't run or fade or anything. And so that's the purpose of using the triple thick clear glaze. And you'll just let that sit there for a moment or so and kind of let it set in a little. Doesn't take very long at all, maybe a minute or two. Okay, and next thing you're going to do is take your heating gun or whatever heating tool you have. This one here I purchased from Hobby Lobby. It's old. I mean, I've got epoxy or resin, however you want to say it, all over it. But what you're going to do is just apply some heat to the ball, and that actually helps, again, the transfer to adhere to the ball. As you can see, you're going to see the actual print of the ball starting to show through the transfer. That just ensures and also lets you know that it's clinging to the ball. It's the heat, the transfer is, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Like, it's sticking to the ball. It's not going to come off at this point. And at this point, if you have any overlapping in the little white areas, after you apply the triple thick glaze and the heat, It's going to make the transfer cling to the ball. What I've noticed is that it doesn't really cling to those white lines. So even after you're finished doing this, it's going to give it a perfect seal. But anything that's hanging over those white lines, you're going to be able to cut it off, because I have not experienced it sticking um, in those creases, but it does fit, fit the ball well. But you can snip those off with some scissors, or even a X-Acto knife. I mean, anything that you feel comfortable with using on the ball, you can just snip it right off. It'll come off and your lines will be clean and even. As you can see, the ball is all finished. Yeah, so hopefully, you all enjoyed this video, and you'll hit that subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell. Yeah, and that's it. And you all, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. And as I said before, there's more to come. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will get back with you all as soon as possible.